Marc Marquez just set the Brno circuit ablaze at the 2025 Czech MotoGP with his 5th consecutive victory, etching his name in history as the first Ducati rider to achieve such a feat. From brilliant maneuvers to unstoppable dominance, we're breaking down the epic main race action. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for every heart-pounding second of MotoGP. The Brno circuit, back on the 2025 MotoGP calendar, bore witness to Marquez's brilliance. Starting from second behind Pecco Bagnaia, Marquez was the clear favourite after dominating Saturday's sprint race. The 21-lap main event was his stage to prove why he's untouchable, clinching his 8th Grand Prix win of the season and a record-breaking 5 straight victories for Ducati. Let's dive into the lap-by-lap action that made Brno roar. In Saturday's sprint race, Marquez showed his claws. Starting second, he navigated the drama of tyre pressure management, needing to keep it above 1.88 bars to avoid penalties. With clever strategy, he briefly eased off, letting Pedro Acosta take the lead before surging in the final 2 laps to snatch his 11th sprint win out of 12 this season. This cemented his championship lead and set the tone for the main race. On Sunday, the freshly resurfaced Brno circuit delivered an adrenaline-fueled spectacle. Pecco Bagnaia, starting from pole, grabbed the whole shot, leading ahead of Marquez, Fabio Quartararo, Yamaha, and Marco Bezzecchi, Aprilia. But drama struck early. On lap 1 at turn 3, Marquez tried to overtake Bagnaia, but went wide, allowing Bezzecchi to slip into second. By the end of the opening lap, Bagnaia lost momentum at turns 13 and 14, letting Bezzecchi surge into the lead at turn 1 on lap 2, with Marquez overtaking Bagnaia at turn 3 to claim second. Until lap 8, Bezzecchi held the lead, but Marquez stayed glued to his tail. At turn 3, Marquez executed a flawless attack, slightly wide at turn 4, but skillfully holding off Bezzecchi to take the lead. By lap 9, Marquez had a half-second gap, which grew to 1.5 seconds by lap 13 and 2 seconds by lap 16. He controlled the race with surgical precision, cruising faultlessly to the finish. In the final lap, Marquez eased off slightly, but crossed the checkered flag 1.753 seconds ahead of Bezzecchi, who took second. Pedro Acosta, KTM, secured his first Grand Prix podium of the season in third, fending off Bagnaia, who finished 4th after a last-lap mistake. Raul Fernandez, Trackhouse Aprilia, notched his career-best 5th, followed by Quartararo in 6th. Jorge Martin, starting from 12th, stunned with a 7th-place finish, just 15.820 seconds behind Marquez. Fermin Aldeguer, Gresini, took 8th, beating Brad Binder, KTM, while Pol Espargaro, Tech 3, rounded out the top 10. The race wasn't without drama. A major incident erupted on lap 2 at turn 12 when Alex Marquez and Joan Mir collided, ending both their races. Alex, fighting to hold second in the championship and chase his brother Marc, attempted an aggressive inside move at the tight, challenging corner. Unfortunately, his bike clipped Mir's Honda, sending both sliding into the gravel. The incident sparked an immediate investigation by race officials to determine if there was any foul play or recklessness, leaving a big question: who was at fault? Replay footage showed Alex Marquez, starting mid-grid, pushing hard to break into the front group from lap 1. At turn 12, a notoriously tricky corner, Alex seemed overly optimistic, diving inside to steal a position. But Mir, also battling for a better spot, left little room, and contact was inevitable. The crash not only halted Alex's fight to close the points gap with Marc, but also cost Mir a chance at a strong result for Honda, adding more drama to the Brno showdown. As a result, Alex failed to score points, widening the gap to Marc to 120 points in the championship standings heading into the summer break. Race officials are still analysing data and footage to assign responsibility, with potential penalties that could impact the next race. This incident was a stark reminder of how quickly things can shift in MotoGP, where every move carries high stakes. What's your take on the crash? Drop it in the comments, and let's debate who should have been more cautious at turn 12. This victory crowned Marquez as the first Ducati rider to win 5 consecutive Grand Prix races, extending his championship lead to 120 points over Alex Marquez, and 168 over Bagnaia. With 8 Grand Prix wins and 11 sprint victories from 12 rounds, Marquez is dominating 2025. Bezzecchi climbed to 4th in the standings with his podium, while Acosta showed immense promise with his first podium. What a wild race, right? What do you think of Marquez's dominance? Is he unstoppable, or will Bagnaia, Bezzecchi or Acosta strike back in the second half of the season? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the latest MotoGP breakdowns. Hit that notification bell to stay locked in for the next thrilling race update. See you at the next one.